couple of episodes ago, we made a Node package called Letter Opener. I use the term made loosely here because the package doesn't really do anything besides consume a valid name in the global NPM namespace. In this episode, we're going to flesh the package out, and in the process show how to do so in the context of the application that actually uses it. We know how to install packages via npm install --save package name. This fetches a package from the npm registry and makes it available to our project. But what if the module isn't ready? What options do we have? We could just make our package directory inside of Node modules. Then when we require it, Node will find it like we see here. I put a folder called boo inside of Node modules, and I included an index.js file inside of it. We can drop into the Node console and require this package. And while this works, I don't like it for two reasons. Our package should be a separate project, and putting its working directory inside of our bigger project violates that principle in my mind. Also, if you haven't put Node modules in your gitignore file, then suddenly your package changes all become part of your larger project's revision history. Node/ does have Node modules in gitignore, but there is debate in the Node community on the topic. So what else can we do? You could try symlinking. If you have some directory where your package is, say one called Node Letter Opener, you could symlink that directory into your large project's Node modules directory. This is perfectly valid and it skips a lot of the problems above. Its drawback is that you'd have to make this symlink for every project using your development version. But what if there were an npm command that handled this for us? There is! It's the npm link command, and you can read about it. Or you can keep watching this video. Here's how it works. As the documentation states, there are two steps here. The first is to go into your packages directory. In our case, that's the Node Letter Opener directory. From within there, we run npm link. This creates a globally installed symbolic link for us, meaning that it'll be available to more than one project. npm even shows us the location of this link in the command output. Next, we go into the large project we're working on, in this case Node/, and then we again npm link, but we supply it the name of the package, npm link letter opener. And then we again see output indicating that it picked up our package. Notice that the package name is the package's actual name and not just the directory it's found in. At this point, we could drop into our console and load our package, but since it doesn't do anything yet, we'll skip that for now. Now the goal of our package is to make use of the .eml messages we generated in the last episode. It may seem like we'll need to parse those ourselves, but luckily the Node community comes through for us again. It turns out there's a package for that, and it's called MailParser. You might recognize the author's name from the Node Mailer package. If you're ever in the same town as Andres, consider buying the man a pizza. Anyway, the description states that MailParser handles MIME-encoded email messages. Guess what the .eml files are? We just need to feed those .eml files into MailParser. Now, first of all, we'll need some help from other packages to get this done. So npm install --save MailParser async. This installs MailParser and async for us. Async is an amazing library that helps us deal with running multiple asynchronous tasks. It helps us in that we don't have to go insane to run them all. We're going to gloss over the actual code in this module because the focus of our episode is how this interacts with Node/ rather than the actual mechanics of Letter Opener. This is to say, we're not going to do an async tutorial right now. We're just going to magically make the body of this package appear so that we don't get distracted. If you want to ask questions about the module's code, then post them in the comments below. So at a high level, this code creates an object that takes a file system path. Using that path, it will scan the directory located at that path and return to us a bunch of JavaScript objects whose properties match the contents of the emails we want to send. But how does this help us in Node/? Well, Node/ is an Express-based application, and we'd really like to be able to just hit a URL in a running instance of Node/ and see all of the emails that we sent in development mode. We need some routes and handlers for that, and we could have baked those right into Letter Opener. But believe it or not, Express isn't the only Node package that does what it does, and it would be nice if Letter Opener could be useful to other people as well. In addition, Node/ won't be the only application that could use this functionality, so let's add another package. We're going to create another package called Letter Opener Express. If we ever made an adapter for Happy, we'd call it Letter Opener Happy. The process is a big repetition, and we're going to move through it quickly here. I'm making this at the same location where I made letter openers directory, so make dir node letter opener express. Then we init the package and answer the questions. And now we're going to do the magic make the code appear trick, because again, it's mostly the interaction with node/ that is interesting. There are a few things worth pointing out though. At its core, letter opener express is simply an express router. You can see that it uses express, it has a number of route handlers, and further down in the file it creates a route and attaches those handlers. What I think is worth calling out here is that it also uses less and static. Node/ uses these as well, but due to Node's modular nature, we're able to mount these as separate middlewares just inside of letter opener express. It comes with its own styles, distinct from the containing application, and its own static assets. These shouldn't pollute Node/ or any other application using it. We use these middlewares just as if letter opener express were its own application. Lastly, to actually use the letter opener core, we just create a new instance of the core, passing to it the location of the .eml files. Now this package takes a configuration object that looks like this at the minimum. It's options with keys app and storage dir. App is an instance of an express app, and storage dir is a path to where you're storing your .eml files. Letter opener express mounts itself onto the app in that object, by default at /letter_opener. You change that mount point via a mount point property on the options object. This means that by default we'll be hitting URLs like HTTP, wherever node/ is, letter opener. And now we can put this into node/. We'll first need to do the linking. So from within letter opener express's directory, npm link, now we move over to node/ npm link letter opener express. Now we just configure it, and we'll do that quick inside of config routes index.js. So first we get the package, and now we add the configuration option, which in this case is just the app that we're passed, and then that same app.apppath temp email. And then we call the module passing it that configuration. With that addition, we can start our server and hit the /letter_opener path, and presto! We can see all the emails that we have sent. Now this is really useful for development because now we can use actual email addresses and not have to worry about them going out over the wire. Also, we can use completely made up email addresses if we want to. We're later going to add user confirmation into our app, and testing that will be much easier if we don't actually have to check our email client and if we don't have to make a ton of testing email addresses. So one final note, npm link is the secret sauce to developing a module in the context of a larger project that uses it. This is to me the only way that makes sense for developing a module. If you don't have a larger project to use it, why make it? Also, note that npm link does not affect your containing project's package.json file. You will be able to use the module in your project, but if you pull your project down to another machine or something like that, which would erase your links, suddenly you won't be able to find the module. Once you've published it, and both letter opener and letter opener express are published, you can just npm install -- save dev them. That will replace the links as we can see here. Also, for an Express-based project, you only need to explicitly install letter opener express. It has letter opener as a dependency, so for the use case of just seeing emails that are sent, you don't need to install the core letter opener module. If your app needs to use those emails for some reason, then you would want to install letter opener. Well, I hope you've seen that NPM provides us with a convenient way to work on our modules at the same time as using them. You also got to see letter opener and its helper letter opener express, which hopefully will be of use to you in your projects. Node/ is going to start getting a little chatty because we're going to introduce user confirmation in a few episodes. We're just laying the groundwork for that. Stay tuned for next time, and until then, happy coding.